Hey everyone, welcome to 5D Tea with me. This week I wanted to explore the concept of loneliness, and this is something that has come up several times, more so over the last couple of weeks with students, with clients. And even if you are in your community, you're in a relationship, whatever is going on in your life where you are surrounded by people and feel like you have a support system, even those people right now are struggling with a sense of loneliness that they're having a hard time discerning where it's coming from. For those of you who aren't in relation to a large community right now, or maybe you have a very small family or very small friendship circle, this can exacerbate the feelings of loneliness that you may be experiencing along with everyone else. And so I just wanted to kind of peel back the onion on this concept right now so we can get to the root of what's going on for some of us. Now, this may not resonate with all of you. That's fine. Take what makes sense and leave the rest. But there's a certain number of milestones that we go through when we're on any kind of a personal transformation or even a spiritual journey. And every time we level up, what happens is there has to be balance in that leveling up. And as a result of that, we tend to go through series of emotions that can make us feel, or experiences that can make us feel uncomfortable. It's something that we have to navigate through in order to get to our next milestone. And for some of us, especially with the energies and the way that they're shifting right now, there's a definite kind of what I'm calling an in-between phase. And what I mean by that is you get to a certain level on your journey where your lens of the world has changed significantly. You're talking to someone on the street, you're talking to people at work, you're talking amongst your family, your friends, what have you, and, you're just kind of seeing things at what I would call more of a 40,000 foot view, and you're like, that's a mother wound. Okay, that's a father wound. Okay, that's unhealed trauma. Okay, this person's suffering with PTSD. Okay, and the list just keeps going on, and you begin identifying people and identifying experiences and adventures and situations much differently than you had in the past. And as that begins to happen, people in our life, you will either no longer be including them in your life, or they will begin to fall away. And there's this in-between gap between moving out of what your former identity was and how you identified in social circles, maybe even within your family, and who it is that you're going to open up your heart and your life to hold space for as your new community, as your new family, as your new friends. In that in-between stage, it can feel very, very lonesome. And so I just want everyone to know who's experiencing this that you are not alone. This is a very natural part of your growth, of your evolution. And there's a phrase that a friend of mine and I, it's become a little bit of an inside joke recently, continue to say to one another, mostly in jest, but really because it's true, is this too shall pass. And I think it's just really important as we get closer to the holidays to remember, and we touched on this a little bit in our last gratitude 5D Tea with me, that during the holidays, not everybody is in a great place. There are a lot of things going on in the world, and not everybody has the festive, toy-filled, gift-filled holidays that some of you all are having. There are people who are in real crisis. There are people who can't afford gifts this year for whatever reason. There are people in health crisis. There are some people that are just feeling particularly lonely at this time of year, and I think that it really ups the ante on that feeling. And so I just want everyone to be cognizant as we move into the holidays that that feeling may intensify for you, especially with the energies that we have going on around us as we exit 2023, and that you have a community of people who are out there who feel the same way that you do, and that we can all collectively set intentions for one another, pray for one another, whatever it is that you want to do in terms of sharing your kindness. And I'm going to get into a lot more about loving kindness this month because of the holidays. And just to make sure that you're keeping your heart open and holding space for those people who may not be experiencing the same kind of experience that you are at this time of year, but also to trust for those of us who are wading through a loneliness pattern, that your community will show up for you. The harder that you continue to work, the more that you stay dedicated to your personal transformation, and that the added stress during the holidays, because the holidays are stressful regardless, let's just face it, but the added stress of these emotions on top of everything is something that you do have the ability to heal, to recover from, and to realign for yourself so that it isn't bringing about any mental, emotional, or physical effects that become chronic for you. If you want to explore as we get into the holidays and you're looking to gift yourself the gift of mental health, certainly feel free to reach out to me to discuss the Restored and Resilient program, which is all about stress recovery, trauma recovery, and it's 12 weeks where we can be one-on-one together, and I can give you all of the tools, all of the resources that I have collected over the years in one place where it's super accessible for you, and it can help you manage the heaviness, the lonesomeness, and all of the things that are going on for you at this time of year. So always feel free to reach out to me, drop me a line here on Instagram, on Facebook, or you can always go on to the 5dcollective.com and reach out to me through our Contact Us form there as well. Above and beyond that, whatever tools that you already have in your arsenal, in your toolkit, make sure that the chaoticness, the hecticness of the holidays doesn't allow you to go, yeah, I'll get to that later. I just need to get through today. I just need to get through tomorrow. I just need to get to Christmas. It's super important that you're focusing on your self-care during this time of year because burnout is super common, and you're going to end up writing all of your 2024 resolutions or intentions, or maybe you just do a goal list at the beginning of the year, all about trying to get out of stress. So let's just envelope each other in a sense of empathy and loving kindness and understanding that everyone is moving through something right now. And I think that that's something that I've seen lacking a lot when I've been out and about in the real world, is that, man, the day after Thanksgiving, the switch flipped back and people were just not very kind, not very mindful, and a lack of self-awareness. My goal, my wish for everyone is for you to understand that if you're moving through this, what they now coin as spiritual depression, it's up to you if you want to use that term or not. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But it's just another space on a timeline in your journey, and this too shall pass. So on top of the loneliness, the lonesomeness that some of us are feeling, the stress of the holidays, the stress of how other people are treating each other during the holidays, I just want to remind everyone that just like with chronic stress, if it goes unchecked, there are real consequences to us physically, mentally, emotionally, and we have the ability to stop that in its tracks by being more mindful, paying more attention to our self-care, and particularly when it comes to social isolation and loneliness. The American Heart Association is actually saying that it puts us at an increased risk of 29% for increased heart disease. So if we're not paying close attention to what's really going on, then it can have devastating and long-term consequences for us on levels that we couldn't have ever imagined. So my goal, my wish for all of you this holiday season is that you do take as much care of yourself as possible, and obviously that you have a happy and joy-filled holiday. And to help facilitate through the month of December, what I've decided to do is offer the free breathwork practice, and then you will also receive a loving kindness meditation, because I think it's really important for us to be leading with kindness as we go and navigate through our lonesome path, as we see others navigate through their lonesome path. And if it continues to go unchecked for some people, that can lead to things other than risks for heart disease. It can lead to anxiety, it can lead to depression, and all kinds of things that are compounding upon themselves. And so please reach out to your family, reach out to your friends if you're having a hard time. And certainly if you don't have anyone in your sphere that you feel confident or comfortable talking to, there are plenty of hotlines out there. I know folks that work at some of them. So please pick up the phone, find something online where you can get into an online chat. Make sure that you are feeling supported. And there's going to be a lot of times, especially if you are navigating this loneliness path right now, where you're going to feel like you don't want to engage with people during the holidays. As much as you may not want to, I'm going to encourage you to do so. I would rather you be feeling more social awkwardness or feeling a little bit uncomfortable than experiencing any of the long-term mental, emotional, or physical health effects that can occur from ignoring our loneliness patterns, ignoring our stress, ignoring the anxiety. So many, many blessings to you. I look forward to seeing and talking to you all at the next 5DT with me. And until then, namaste.